I am Darshell, and today I will be exemplifying two ways and two examples of what we call crossfade. First, I'd like to know if you know what crossfading is. Have you ever heard of crossfading? Well, some people haven't, and it's an intriguing definition because I'm going to be crossfading today, and it won't be in your traditional way. So if you know, you know, I won't exactly put out how I'm going to do what I'm going to do, but if you're paying attention to um, my post, then you'll pick it up. So, first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a clear cup and I am going to incorporate some items that may or may not be combustible together, but we're gonna put them in a clear cup, like so. After I am done putting them all in a clear cup, I will then explain a little bit of what I am doing. So I'm gonna put some of this in, and keep in mind, all of these are topical products in hair care, or topical products for the dermal layer of your skin. So I'm going to put this in as well. And when I'm doing that, I am now going to question you guys, because I know you can see what I'm doing, but you might not know what these terms are called that I am going to use. So, one more topical equals three, and you see it already has a slight color to it. And what I am doing is not, well, it is called crossfading, but the old definition for what we used to call this is mixing a cocktail. So I'm gonna pour that in. I have now made myself a cocktail, and me and knowing that I um, work in healthcare, there is a different name for what I just did. But what I'm trying to do is relate this to a term that we also use in a different subject area. So now you have seen me mix down a substance. This is not a substance that you can use as far as eating or drinking. This is a topical, but this is how addiction happens. If you are a person addicted to chemical products, there is a resurgence or a um, study that happens when you actually try and test out new products. Like I said, this is a cocktail. This is also something that could be abused because it is not something that is prescribed. This is just a made up item that I use to crossfade with. And I am going to show you what I'm going to do by now putting this to the side and talking about what I originally came to talk to you guys about. So I just mixed a drug. And even though that drug is not marketable, that drug could very well cure something, or alleviate your skin from a um, rash or a um, outbreak that you are having by just the concoction that I made up. And in that concoction, in music, we call it crossfading, where we fuse two different um, um, lanes of either a I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart. It where we fuse lanes of um, tune together is what I guess I want to call it. So what I'm going to do now is look up crossfade. Crossfade. Definition. For music. Crossfade in music meaning. So what you did see me do is an unconventional and non-traditional way to crossfade, otherwise known as making a concoction. So now what I'm going to do is explain what I did, and I'm going to relate it back to music, although it did not have a sound. So in music, a crossfade is a technique that smoothly transitions from one sound or song to another by fading the first sound out while simultaneously fading the next sound in, which I couldn't explain due to my condition. This creates a seamless change between tracks or different segments within a song, preventing abrupt transitions and potential audio glitches. So it's not actually a reverb. It's definitely a crossfade. And I still did the same thing. I crossfaded with a medical drug. It's something that you wouldn't have never been able to tie the two together. But even in music, listen. I tied two different subjects together that wouldn't have never made any sense, or you would have never thought they could actually um, um, top ch- cross paths. That is an example of a crossfade. And in music, when we crossfade, like they said, we smoothly transition techniques, which I did between mixing down three different items of chemical that cannot be ingested. And I guess that concludes most of what I want to talk about. But crossfade, when we get back to that, in audio, crossfading is one sound or clip fades down in volume and it fades out while another sound